Hi, this is Deb Preachuk in conjunction with PurePharma. Today I'm going to introduce to you the assisted hip lift exercise, and this is a regression for the hip crossover stretch. So if you're here, then you got the link that you need a little bit of help with that exercise. This is actually one of my favorite exercises to do, so I hope that you enjoy it. So the assisted hip lift is going to give you a little bit more of a reference line to help start getting proper external rotation of your femurs, and it's a wonderful stretch for your gluteals and your inner thighs, and it helps you to stabilize your hips when you're in it. You're going to need an open wall. I'm going to use this door frame. I've got a little bit of painter's tape on here, and this gives me just an idea of where I am. You want to create what we call a 90-degree rule of function from your hips to your knees. So I'm going to go ahead and lay myself down. So in the side view, what you're looking for as an athlete is that the knees and the hips are stacked. So I could probably scoot in just a little bit. I'm going to bring my feet up on the wall. I'm going to measure about 6 inches apart at my knees and also at my feet. You could use a yoga block here to help find that. And then lay yourself down. Now, if your neck is really poking up towards the ceiling, then what I recommend you do is get a little bit of padding, put it underneath your head, so that you can bring your chin down into a good alignment where your head and your shoulders are in a much better alignment in the side view relative to your hips. Once you've got that position, get the feet nice and flat. They shouldn't be really busy working on the wall, but you might feel a little bit of demand there. That's okay. Make a little bit of a cat paw. Lift your arms up, rotate, open your shoulders up into this nice open shoulder position. Now the exercise is as follows. You're going to draw one leg directly off the wall towards your chest. When you do that, your bottom shouldn't curl up and off of the wall. So you might have to draw it in just a little bit further. Then focus on rotating the hip in the socket away from the midline. You might even need to coax it just a little bit. And lift your foot up to cross it on the outside edge. Now, things to watch out for in this exercise is as you're crossing it over, you wouldn't want to drop this knee in to get there. That would be a little bit of giving up something to get something. So keep that nice and planted. So if you have to do a little bit of assisting, that's fine. The other thing to be aware of is what's happening in your hips. So as you're crossing this hip over, you want to avoid swinging out of the way, getting out of that demand. So you might also have to kind of keep your hand on the outside edge of this loaded hip and kind of help it across. Then you can place your arms back down on the ground. Now here you can work on pressing this base leg into the wall and start opening up this outer hip away from. Again, without swinging your hip out to the side. Now, if you're able to do this, this would be step number one. If you're able to do this and you can get into the demand relatively easy, then the way to progress that over time is to then take a deep breath in, and you can pull this hip off of the wall and just drive that in. This is going to get you prepared for going into that next step, which is the crossover. So we've given you 3 different options of working towards that hip crossover stretch. Now I recommend that you do that exercise for around 90 seconds up to about 2 minutes per leg. Obviously you want to repeat it on the other side. All of the same rules would apply. If you find that you absolutely just cannot get into that exercise, then or you feel some old symptomatic pain that's not muscular in nature, then it's probably not the right exercise for you, and I recommend that you reach out to a local corrective exercise specialist and have them put together a specific program for your unique needs. Now, if you have any questions, I want you to reach out and ask me. I hope that you enjoyed watching. It was my pleasure to teach for you today, and reach out because I love to hear from you. So this is Deb Preachuk from Pain Free Posture, Minnesota. Thanks for watching.